Survival films don't work. You've all seen countless zombie apocalyptic films, and many of them were fun to watch, but by the end of this video, you will realize that the knowledge you think you picked up from them is inaccurate and sometimes completely false. The reason they don't make accurate end-of-the-world films is simple. Almost no one wants to watch them. It would feel like a boring, depressing documentary. Take Threads for example, an old British film about life after a nuclear war. It's basically a documentary that sugarcoats absolutely nothing, and because of that it leaves people genuinely shaken, which is exactly why I don't recommend watching it. But putting that aside, let's get into why survival films just don't hold up. Number 1. Fuel expiry. Many of you have watched or played The Last of Us, where vehicles are a crucial part of the story, used by characters constantly to move the plot forward. And what do vehicles need to run? Fuel. Except in that gloomy future, there are no corporations around to maintain fuel production, so characters are forced to siphon old fuel from abandoned vehicles. The problem? That doesn't work. Gasoline has a shelf life of around 3 to 6 months before it starts to degrade, and after that it won't combust properly, meaning your car simply won't start. Number 2. Power plants. Something most end-of-the-world films completely ignore is what happens to nuclear power plants when there is nobody left to run them. Without technical surveillance and active cooling systems, reactors don't just quietly shut down, they melt. Most plants have automatic shutdown systems, but even after that they still require weeks of active cooling that uses electricity. Without it, you're looking at multiple Fukushimas happening simultaneously across the globe, quietly poisoning the environment while everyone else is busy fighting zombies. Number 3. Injuries. How many times has a character just rinsed the wound with water, tied it with a random cloth, and been fine by the next scene? But that's not how it really works. Deep wounds especially are a direct pathway for infection, and without antibiotics, which also have an expiry date by the way, a simple cut can escalate into sepsis within days. We're talking about high fever, inability to move, and organ failure. The one workaround films could use more often is a character with solid knowledge of medicinal herbs. Things like honey, yarrow, or plantain leaf have genuine antiseptic properties and have been used for centuries. Number 4. Hypothermia. This is when your core body temperature drops too low and your heart starts to give out. Unless you grew up somewhere like Canada or Scandinavia, your body is simply not adapted to handle prolonged cold. It starts with uncontrollable shivering. Then your ability to think clearly deteriorates, and eventually you can't move at all. Tens of thousands of people die from hypothermia every year in the real world, and yet survival films treat a cold night like a minor inconvenience. Number 5. Drinking any water with zero consequences. Characters casually drink from rivers and puddles all the time with no issues whatsoever, but untreated water can carry parasites and bacteria, which will give you a run for your money. So unless that water has been filtered and boiled, don't drink it. Number 6. Shelter building is completely oversimplified. In 2026, most people have never done a day of field work in their lives. No calluses, no experience, no clue. So don't tell me a random person is going to throw together waterproof, structurally sound shelter in under an hour, because they can't. Improvised shelters in bad weather don't just fail to keep you warm, they actively make things worse. With insulation, collapsed roofs, it all adds up fast and hurts your survival chances. And that's it. This is perhaps the longest video I have posted here. I'm experimenting right now and you guys are the audience, so please tell me what you think in the comment section.